Hey everyone, I'm Lila, a current high school student, and I create short, easy to understand videos with the goal of helping to make chemistry feel less intimidating for other students. Let's get started with today's video. Today we are going to take a look at Charles's Law. This law shows and explains the direct relationship between volume and temperature. As the temperature of a gas increases, the particles start to speed up and begin to collide more with each other and the container's walls. To reduce these collisions, the gas particles will begin to take up more space, which increases volume. The general formula for Charles's law is the initial volume of a gas divided by its initial temperature equals the final volume of the gas divided by its final temperature. When you are solving problems or equations relating to Charles's law, you will need to understand these formulas and keep in mind that when working with temperature, the units always need to be in Kelvin. To better explain these formulas, I'm going to provide an example problem as a visual. Alright, so the first thing you need to know is that whether you are finding a new volume or temperature, you will need to figure out the old variable and the necessary adjustment. The old variable will most likely already be given to you, although in some cases you may need to work backwards to find the old variable instead. In this example, we are given the old volume, old temperature, and new temperature. We need to find the new volume. To start any problem, I like to write my variables out on the side like this. Then I will fill in any information I am already given. Both of these temperatures are in Celsius, so I need to add 273 in order to convert to Kelvin. Now I'm going to set up the foundation of my equation. This will be the same setup for any problem. I am going to fill in the first blank with the old number of the variable I am solving for. So in this case, I am going to write 33 liters because I know that I am solving for the new volume. Remember to always write your units. The next part is a bit trickier. Since we are solving for volume, we need to determine the temperature adjustment. It is crucial to understand the relationship between volume and temperature to figure out the adjustment. These variables have a direct relationship, so I know when one increases, so will the other, and when one decreases, so will the other. Because I am given both the old and new temperature, I am able to observe that the temperature has increased. Since my temperature increased, I know my new volume is going to be greater than 33 liters. When you are given a Charles's Law problem, you are always going to fill in these last two remaining blanks with the information of the variable you are given and not solving for. The new variable will go on top and the old variable will go on the bottom. For my problem, I know I'm going to fill in the blanks with temperatures because that is the variable I am not solving for. My new temperature is 330 Kelvin, so that goes on the top, and my old temperature was 300 Kelvin, so that goes on the bottom. Now that I have my equation set up, I can plug it into my calculator. Make sure to put the variable adjustment in parentheses to get the correct answer. I got an answer of 36.3, and my units are going to be liters because that is how volume is measured. Let's try another problem. For this one, we are solving for a new temperature. Let's set up the problem like the old one. We are given the old and new volume along with the old temperature. We need to add 273 to our original temperature in order to convert to Kelvin. Before we start, I'm going to set up my problem. Okay, so in this first blank, I'm going to write my old temperature of 283 Kelvin. By looking at my old and new volume, I am able to see that there was an increase, which means my temperature will increase as well. Because I have a direct relationship, I'm going to put my new volume of 75 liters on the top and my old volume of 50 liters on the bottom. Now, all I have to do is put this into my calculator, which gets me an answer of 424.5 Kelvin. I have one last example for this video, which is going to be a try-it-yourself problem. I will leave the problem up on the screen for a moment, and then we'll display my work and answer. Feel free to pause the video if you need more time. Okay, I'm going to fill in my work and the answer so you can compare your answer. If you were correct, you should have gotten an answer of 80.1 liters. That's it for today's video. I hope this made Charles's Law and the relationship between volume and temperature easier to understand. Be sure to check out future chemistry breakdown videos like this and drop any questions you have in the comment section. Thanks for watching.